everybody. Hello, welcome to the behind the scenes stage. And how's your birthday celebration going? Everybody still feeling Excellent. I am Amy Ratcliffe. I am your host of the behind the scenes stage for the weekend. We like to talk about everything that goes into making Star Wars, be it the films, or in this case, some awesome Star Wars products. Some products that are near and dear to my heart and my wallet. We're going to be talking some Disney parks and Star Wars merchandise. And before I start bringing up panelists, I have to show off a friend of mine very kindly went to the Disney Parks store in the exhibit hall and got me a chopper.
Yeah.
I love this sassy little droid so much, so I'm gonna go backstage and play with him. But now I am going to bring up the lead of this panel, Brad Schoenberg.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you so much for having us. I first of all just want to say a big shout out to ReedPop and to Lucasfilm for continuing to have us back year after year. This actually marks, believe it or not, my 10th anniversary of speaking at our domestic Star Wars celebrations. I was an absolute nervous wreck at C4 in Los Angeles when I came to speak at my very first con I ever spoken at, very first panel. And I get there and they said, it's a big day, we're celebrating 30 years of Star Wars today. And I walk in today, and of course, I hope everybody got to catch a glimpse of that epic panel this morning, but fantastic, right? I just can't even believe that 10 years have passed, and it's been a fantastic journey so far. But got a few more people to bring out here for you today. For those of you who have been coming the last couple of years, these two will be familiar to you. Very excited to welcome Cody Hampton and Quinn Kimball.
Woo!
I'm actually, for those of you that don't know, I'm part of our global strategy and product development team. A big chunk of my job every day is working with Star Wars. What a kid's dream to be able to come in and do that type of work on a daily basis. But I'll let you learn a bit more about Cody and Quinn. So Cody.
Hi everybody, I'm Cody Hampton. I am the merchandiser and product developer for a lot of things Star Wars and a lot of the new park expansions.
Hi everyone, I'm Quinn Kimball from the Disney Creative Group, and working a lot with these guys to develop the merchandise, and I've been with Disney a little over 18 years.
And we actually, we represent so many other people that this stage could possibly not ever hold. It takes so many artists, designers, coordinators, planners, operators, countless other people to bring all of these products to you every single day through Disney parks and into our stores. So thank you to all of them for the honor of letting us represent them here today. Thanks. So as I mentioned, our division handles the strategy, the product development, the design work that goes into the products. We really focus this team on Disney parks, resorts, cruise line, vacation club. And in many of our categories, we're also a hub for our worldwide parks development. So if you're visiting any of our fantastic theme parks around the world, you're very likely to see some of the things you see today in some of those parks as well. We're actually part of a much broader Disney consumer products organization. We have our great cousins in the Disney stores and Disney consumer products. We're really here to share the parks piece of it today, but we know that many of you also enjoy the Star Wars products that we bring to you through all those vehicles that are sometimes a lot closer to home than we are here at the park. So thank you for your support across the board. We actually develop across many different brands and franchises. Of course, Star Wars is one of our favorites, but many of us have also touched Cars, Princess, Pirates, Toy Story, so many of the fun franchises and toys and products that we all get to bring to you every day. Of course, Lucasfilm is a big part of that with that Man in the Hat, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars. So we'll get to talk to you a little bit about more of that today. As we go through today's presentation, we're going to share with you a lot of the product and experiences that are coming your way. We're going to first take you through a little bit of our booth down at Celebration, give you a little bit of insight into the backstory of some of those products, and then we're going to take you through the rest of 2017, and even give you a little peek into 2018. And for those of you that stayed in the end, we know we always like to leave you with a little something so we definitely will have something when you leave the room today. Keep in mind, this is my little PSA disclaimer. We want to show you the latest and greatest. So this is live and in real time. You're going to see projects that are in concept and prototype. You'll see some actual final samples. All are planned for release, but many things happen through the product development process. Every once in a while, something drops out. So in order to bring you the latest and greatest, we just brought it all, and we're hoping it all makes it. But if you're looking something, it doesn't make it. Every once in a while, that does happen. And because we're giving you a little early look at 2018, we don't have final release dates for everything, but where we know a release date's coming, we will certainly tell you that. So for any of you that are not aware, we're actually just minutes away from our home base, the world famous Walt Disney World Resort. Our hope is that while you're here and not busy enjoying celebration, that you get a chance to check out all the excitement at the resort for sure. However, while you're here and enjoying the magic of celebration, we brought a little bit of Walt Disney World right here. So that's all happening down at our booth on the floor. It's booth number 3463, and we're going to take you through a few of the highlights from the products that we brought there to the booth. We're going to start with the Force for Change collection. This is The Last Jedi. I am featuring one of the pieces of The Last Jedi collection. For the last couple of years, through the purchase of products at our Disney parks, many of our guests have supported the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. It really is on behalf of Star Wars Force for Change, and it's a charitable initiative that really is a joint effort between Lucasfilm and Disney. Quinn, here at the end, actually did the designs and layouts for all the products you see on the screen here today. In our booth, you're going to find adult apparel and youth apparel, as well as a pin that includes the logo and select characters from the upcoming film. These are actually some of the first products ever created for the new film, which releases in December. So these are always special for collectors to get their hands on the first to market, really, for the new content. Keep in mind that 25% of the retail sale price for each of these products is donated to the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, is in support of UNICEF Kid Power, a program that gives kids the power to get active and save lives by earning points that actually unlock food packets for malnourished children around the world. Following celebration, select locations of Walt Disney World and Disneyland will carry these items while supplies last. But please note, these are not going to be available on DisneyStore.com or the Shop Disney Parks app. So definitely pick them up at the booth while you're here. And of course, as I mentioned, that was one of the most epic panels this morning that I have ever attended. I enjoyed it, and it brought this grown man to tears, as I'm sure it did many of you too. So it's always a fantastic time to take a look back on 40 years of epic adventure, characters, and of course, one of my favorites, 40 years of merchandise. So at our booth, you're going to find a collection of products created really in celebration of the unique 40-year milestone that Star Wars has reached. On the next few pages of the slides, we're going to show you just a few of the highlights of the entire 40th collection that has been created by Disney Parks. On this side, you see adult apparel, a deluxe matted print, and a tumbler. And then, of course, we have collectible pins. We love our pin trading. It's become a bit of our heritage, our legacy, and a tradition at Disney Parks. It's definitely worth noting that due to anticipated high demand on pins, our collector pins do have a purchase limit at the booth. Limited release pins have a limit of 10 per each guest, and limited edition pins are a limit of 2. This particular pin, it's a hinged pin. It features the molded logo on the front and the classic poster art and 40th logo on the inside. Here we have several limited edition pins. First, we have a vintage style lunchbox and thermos pin set. I love this one. We also have 2 individual pins. Of course, we put the Wookiee on top. You always want to make sure he wins. Chewbacca, Wookiees need love too. And the other pin, the individual pin, is our Darth Vader Lives. This unique pin actually comes attached to a classic style pinback button. I know, right? Who shot first? Who shot first? Back in 1977, it truly did look like Han shot Greedo in the cantina. In 1997, comes along, special editions happen. George tries to clear up any confusion by making it so that it really does appear that Greedo shot Han first and then Han retaliated. Since then, it's been a constant, huge controversy. Who really shot first? I wouldn't begin to let anyone here on this panel try to answer that question officially. However, this slider pin really does allow you to make a decision and show where your affiliation lies in the big question of who shot first. So you can slide the 40th logo from one side to the other, either showcasing Han Solo or Greedo. I look forward to seeing you all around the convention floor and at the parks, telling us exactly who shot first. I love
It's just going to slide back and forth while you wear it.
This blind box pin set features 2 of 12 pins in every single box. 6 of the pins seen here are open edition. The other 6 are mystery chasers. And I truly believe that Star Wars helped invent the idea of the mystery chaser across so many different product types. As a fan of vintage action figures, I'm still trying to get my hands on a blue snag or a yak face. So if anybody has one, please see me afterwards. To wrap up really the 40 items that we're showing here today, I know that many of you are fans of our Droid Factory experience over the Disney parks. Thank you always for your continued support. This particular Droid Factory 2-pack features R2-D2 and C-3PO with just a little bit of sand from Tatooine. Cody here has actually been the lead developer on all of our Droid Factory items since its inception. This item is no different. Cody was the lead developer, and Quinn actually did all the graphics for the packaging layout. So since we're lucky enough to have them both here, I thought I'd share a little backstory on this item because I love it.
Sure. Yeah, you can't have R2-D2 without C-3PO. So that caused us to create our first ever buildable protocol droid. This set actually features multiple firsts. It also is the first time we had a Droid Factory 2-pack, and the first time we've added a wash, which is what you see there representing the sands of Tatooine.
So the packaging is also first. It is the first 2-pack, as I mentioned, and it is on the front of it a vintage style, and it has the scene from the escape pod, and on the back of it is the protocol droid packaging as you have seen before. Also included is a foil sticker honoring the 40th anniversary.
The pre-built the pre-built Droid Factory excitement continues with this 4-pack featuring some of our favorite droids from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Here you see R5-013, R2-C2, R5-S9, and R5-P8. This is the first time the R5 Pirate Droid has been released and features his blaster, which is also removable and swappable with the other droids in the set. It also includes Zero the Hutt Serving Droid, which is one of my personal favorites, and you can actually remove his drink tray and the serving glasses. In general, we're really just happy to be bringing more Clone Wars droids to fans. So far, you've seen a Droid Factory 2-pack, a 4-pack, and now this is a single figure release from Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This is R3DO. In most of our Force Awakens development in 2015, we found most of the development in our pre-film reference assets. It wasn't until later when we saw the film on opening night, we found this droid. And so once we found out we saw him, we wanted to know more about who he was, standing next to Princess Leia as Rey flew away on the Falcon. So R3DO monitors the Resistance network of spy droids operating across the galaxy. So 16 months later, we're happy to release our second buildable Droid Factory protocol droid. And then, yes, there's been a lot of excitement about this droid, also, again, favorite of mine. We have another single carded Droid Factory figure being released this week at the booth. We have our favorite droid from Rebels, C1-10P, better known to most of you as Chopper. This droid figure is loaded with a lot of different accessories and features. It includes removable dome and legs. It includes its booster rocket. It also includes articulated, removable arms. And it also includes his left leg, which is a tribute to the episode, where it looks like you could find his matching left leg. For those Ewok fans out there, we have another Ewok debut this week at our booth, and this is 9-inch Pop Blue Ewok Plush. We will talk a little bit more about Ewoks later on in the panel. Oh, here is Pop Blue. Before we built droids at Disney parks, we allowed guests to continue their journey as a Padawan to Jedi by building their own lightsaber. For over 10 years, guests have now chosen their destiny by building a lightsaber for both the light side and the dark. When we saw Kylo Ren with his cross-guard style blade, we thought this must be a new design. It wasn't until later we learned there was more ancient designs in Star Wars Rebels when Ezra discovered the lightsaber on Malachor. Based on these 3 new emitter designs, we now have crossguard sabers in 3 new colors, green, blue, and purple. These will all be available starting tomorrow at the Build Your Own Lightsaber locations across Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. But because no one should be allowed to have more fun than all of us right here at Star Wars Celebration, tomorrow at our booth, you can now build your own lightsaber, including these new parts, starting tomorrow morning.
For those of you who've come to the parks, you know that we are known for our name tags that traditionally started by Walt Disney over 60 years ago. And now our guests can have the chance to be our Star Wars ambassadors with these name tags. The 2 on the bottom you see are inspired by Rogue One, and they are, the top one is our Celebration exclusive. Your name is translated into Arabesh, and then the subtitle is a planet or a title, and each one is dedicated to a certain category. So we have your name and your planet or title, and that is available at our booth. Also, at our booth, we have these limited edition pins. The first one you see there is Darth Maul on Naboo. It is a collection from the Planet series. This is one of the collection of planet and experience the action that took place on that planet. In the middle is the piece of Disney history. It is a piece of Disney history from The Force Awakens, and inside the little bubble that you see in there is a pieces of Stormtrooper armor from the film Star Wars The Force Awakens.
And I'll just add, Quinn, I had my mind blown one morning. I came to work and there was a giant box, and I'd completely forgotten that during the production of The Force Awakens, we'd asked if we could have anything left over from set so we could use this piece of Disney history. It's a pretty popular pin series, and when I opened this box and there's a full Stormtrooper costume straight from The Force Awakens, and couldn't remember what it was for. Then I remembered, and then I thought, oh my gosh, we got to break this thing up, put it into bananas. A little devastated. But it is a pretty cool, unique piece, the real deal for sure.
And you'll be able to start your collection or add to your collection of pieces of Disney history. And then on the far side is the 3D sculpted Millennium Falcon pin. It is first in the series of a monthly release, and this is a pin that has a hinge on it, so if you pull down the hinge, it will stand up on its own. As Brett mentioned before, in addition to the booth, there will be other new debuts around Walt Disney World this week as well. We're going to give you a sneak peek to that. So if you've had a chance to personalize a mobile case for your mobile device, these are locations we have around the world, and Walt Disney World and at Disneyland. If you've not done so, you select your device, case for your phone, and then choose from a library of artwork. And with this, we have, in honor of 40 years of Star Wars, new classic characters which are now available on demand. The new designs are for DTech On Demand are available at Star Wars Launch Bay at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Also at Wonderground Gallery at Co-op this week, artist Joe Peroni will be there to debut these 2 new designs inspired by Rogue One. Joe will be there appearing and signing April 13th and 14th from 4 to 7. 7 to 9, sorry. The next one is 4 to 7. Okay. Also appearing at Disney's Co-op location is Jasmine Beckett Griffith, signing this piece inspired by Rey BB-8 from Star Wars The Force Awakens, and she will be there on April 15th from 4 to 7.
And we're hoping to see many of you tomorrow night over Galactic Night. Thank you, Quinn. This sold-out event will take place over at Disney's Hollywood Studios and features some new merchandise. Quinn is modeling one of the apparel pieces here. We actually have 3 adult apparel items. 2 are featuring our Star Wars constellation. That's the one that Quinn is wearing. The third one has a unique piece of art created just for the event. The art will actually make its debut tomorrow night, so we're all about a debut. We've blurred out the image here for both the shirt and the mug, just for this presentation. Everyone can check it out tomorrow. You'll also want to check out, shown here, the tumbler, the poster, and of course the limited edition pin. Skywalker wine is actually going to make its debut over at Star Wars Launch Pad. In addition, you'll be able to purchase at the event pours throughout some of our food and beverage locations throughout the event. We do plan to make the wine a mainstay over at the Launch Bay location, but for event night only, we actually have Tom Johnson on hand from Skywalker Vineyards. Tom's GM over at Skywalker Vineyards. He's been a guest of ours at the Food and Wine Festival over at Epcot for the last couple of years. We're particularly thrilled that he is joining us tomorrow night. He is there on hand. Please stop by and talk to him. Thank him for coming out and seeing us. He's also happy to sign your bottles if that's something you're interested in. For those of you that don't know much about Skywalker wine, it really started over 2 decades ago over at the Skywalker Ranch. Lucas first planted, I think it was about 4 acres of vineyard back in 1991. It's now expanded to over 28 acres. Previously, the wine was actually one of the best kept secrets of Lucas. It was really known only to visitors of Skywalker Ranch and those that had access to its limited distribution. But we're thrilled that Disney's Hollywood Studios is now part of the broader distribution of this great family of Disney wines. So I hope you enjoyed more about some of the items we had planned for you this week. And now we're going to move right into the future. As many of you know, Disney has multiple Star Wars events throughout the year. Here's just a sneak peek at a few of the art and products that are going to be making their debuts at these events.
So just a short week away, the Walt Disney World Star Wars Half Marathon, the dark side. So for those of you running or attending the expo, look for these items. This is coming next week. So here's a few pieces of the main artwork. There's the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, and for those attending or experiencing all 3 races is the Dark Side Challenge. Although we're only showing the half marathon on these pages, we'll have product offerings for all races: the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, and the Dark Side Challenge, the Kessel Run, and the Coast to Coast Challenge. So what you're seeing here for the half marathon, there is a water glass, a decal mug, a acrylic magnet, a I Did It Bondi band with the no slip, no grip headbands. There is the ladies poly black jacket, the performance tank, and the performance crew shirt. And then there's the men's crew shirt and the performance shooter. Ooh. And here is, you don't want to miss out on the Dooney collaboration that we have, featuring some of our favorite dark side characters. There's the tote bag, and with canvas and leather trim, handles and straps, inside pockets, outside pockets, cell phone pocket, credit card slot, and purse feet and snap closures. We have a letter carrier, also with coated canvas, leather trim, handles and straps, 100% cotton lining, polished gold plated hardware, and it features the inside and outside pockets, the cell phone pocket, it has a zipper closure and a luggage tag from the event. And lastly, on the far side there is the wristlet, coated canvas also, with leather trim, handles, straps, 100% cotton lining, inside pockets, and adjustable handle. At the beginning of May of each month, the Star Wars community celebrates the fan holiday, May the 4th. And for those fans who choose to spend that time with us here at the Disney parks, we like to offer something unique to them at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. On May the 4th, we'll debut this new collection featuring adult apparel, drinkware, dated ornament, and pins.
So how many people here has done a Disney Day at Sea?
Star Wars returns with the Disney Cruise Line and Star Wars Day at Sea, Disney Cruise Line in January 2018. We hope you enjoy this little sneak peek of the designs coming for next year. The first design is the Rebel Imperial in combination with our Disney Cruise Line ship. And these unique posters are created in the style of classic Star Wars propaganda posters, featuring the Disney Cruise Line storytelling with a Star Wars twist. And the whole Disney Star Wars Day at Sea, everybody's having fun. We had a little bit of fun with these humorous teas.
So So future product releases. So not specifically connected to a specific event, we are very happy to share some of our upcoming product releases in some of our fan categories such as toys, plush, pin trading, and collectibles. Now, this one here, the Mouse Droid, is not actually new. It has been debuted recently, but it is become a fan favorite with kids and collectors. If you haven't had a chance to play with it yet, it is loaded with some great features such as standard RC functions, authentic sounds, a concealed missile launcher. It also has a rechargeable battery, and the remote control is actually inspired by the chest plate of a TIE fighter pilot. And for those of you that can read Arabic, you may notice that the word mouse is actually spelled out on the controller. Quinn actually brought one here to see if we can get the sound to work.
Of course, it's not.
It takes some pairing.
Yes.
Here it is.
Quinn didn't charge the Mouse Droid. It's okay, it happens. But it's fantastic.
At any moment, there will be a Mouse Droid sound, so do not be alarmed.
Available at our locations on property. So, I know there's a lot of fans of the Droid Factory in the room today, and so let's talk about the Droid Factory program. In addition to the build experience, we've enjoyed brand new unique droids constructed from our buildable droid parts through the card and box sets that you see here on the screen. To date, we've released 7 carded figures, starting with R2-D60 for the 60th of Disneyland, and 2 box sets, with the most recent one being our Rogue One 4-pack. And in case you missed the beginning of this presentation, came in late, we are releasing 4 additional sets this week as part of Star Wars Celebration. I think Quinn's got the Mouse Droid working. Again, fantastic.
Good job, Quinn.
So as part of, as I mentioned earlier, the first ever buildable protocol droids were released with C-3PO and R3DO. I personally wanted to create buildable protocol droids for a long time. So this is not the end of protocol building at Disney Parks, not even close. Beginning tomorrow at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we will launch at the Droid Factory, Build a Protocol Droid program. So in this image, you can see here it shows just a few of the unique droids that you can build with a new series of over 70 new parts. Each droid is different and has their own unique personality and colors. So now at the Droid Factory, we'll feature all new droid builds, including 3PO protocols, RA7 protocols, LOM series protocols, CZ communication droids, and vendor droids featured from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Mix and match these droids to create one that's uniquely yours. These droids feature over 20 points of articulation. It's also good to note that in addition to this experience, we will also continue with the build in Astromech. We will continue to refresh that series for new parts coming soon. But as we're speaking of Astromechs, for more the fun continues with this new release coming for D23 happening July 14th through the 16th, 2017 at the Anaheim Convention Center. This droid is R5D23. And get ready for the next one.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Also releasing at Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World during the week of D23 Expo will be the introduction of a buildable BB-8 to the Droid Factory platform.
Thank you.
We also have, during the Halloween season, R3B0017 that will debut at locations through Walt Disney World and Disneyland. This is our second Halloween-themed droid release, and this one features glow-in-the-dark and a clear dome, just like our other R3s in the series. Ending the year in 2017 holiday season is R3H17. We'll also debut at locations at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I would have to say the mistletoe accessory is one of my personal favorites. Although we can't release an image today, we are also planning to release another 4-pack by the end of the year. and another 2-pack by the end of the year, but more on that in the future. Hey, do you mind if we can talk about the other item?
I put an image. We had a little. It's still confidential, but I did put an image in, so you can mention it.
Okay, so now that you all,
Don't give it away.
so now that you all have hundreds of different droids that you probably built at the Droid Factory, with our protocol ones and with the card collection, we want to give you a place for these droids to play. So coming soon to Disney Parks, it will still confidential, mind you.
Y'all promise not to tell, right?
It's a companion piece to the Droid Factory. So for those of you that were at Celebration in Anaheim in 2015, we kicked off the Ewok celebration with the release of Chief Chirpa and Wicket the Ewok. If you've been collecting all of them, this picture will soon represent your personal collection, assuming you pick up the newest releases shown today. We've already told you about Papaloo, released today at our booth, but upcoming for D23 will be another inhabitant of Endor. In July, be sure to add Breatha to your Ewok collection celebration.
And moving on to collectibles, Disney Parks is going to release 3 new sculpted pieces. The first will be the Han and Chewbacca piece. This will come in early September. The base of this one actually illuminates. The droids will actually follow a few months later. Each droid also has a light-up feature. And lastly, we'll feature the Kylo and Rey piece. It comes with a separating base, really to simulate that key moment from Star Wars The Force Awakens. I know the holidays are a special time for Star Wars fans. Pin trading is definitely going to get on the fun with 4 new holiday-inspired pin and pin sets. The first is a droid ornament 3-pin set. It comes with 3 pins on a card. It has a high concentration level of glitter and, of course, a ribbon for hanging. We have a 4-pin set on a card. These are our Star Wars stockings. The next individual pin is our Stormtrooper Santa. And another favorite of mine, our BB-8 Santa-inspired spinner pin. It'll be a fun one. So, for those of you that have been looking for more ways since 1980 to really express the emotion felt by Han Solo and Princess Leia when they had their lines of "I love you and I know," we will offer these 2 pieces of headwear. You can decide which of you and your partner will wear them. And I'm excited to share a little bit of our women's apparel, really with the opening of the Star Wars boutique locations at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2015. The parks have really enjoyed a great opportunity to really develop a lot more fashion with our female Star Wars guests in mind. These are just a couple of fashions. I'll try to give you a couple of highlights. The first one really is a mesh yoke short sleeve fashion top. Has art and a holographic foil print for the Star Wars logo. The second is an A-line dress, printed Rebel icon logo on the top, and sublimated all-over pattern on the bottom skirt. Next we have a long sleeve raglan, glitter execution for BB-8. The next is a tank, rhinestone-studded shoulders, printed front and back art, and the last on this page is a keyhole back dress, sublimated front art, and back on the top. And then next, coming in spring 2018, we have a fashion tank with slash back, fully sublimated art, front and back, long sleeve burnout raglan, distressed water-based screen print on it. We have a tie front fashion tank featuring our favorite princess. It's a photo real image with the word Rebel completely flocked. And last, we have another tank with an all-over print, and the main art is screen printed with foil accents. So, thank you for being very kind to me and letting me try to express to you women's fashion. I know, I tried to do it verbal justice, but no one can really express excitement around a collection like our next guest panelist. So entrepreneur, fashion mogul, Ahsoka Tano herself, and my good friend, Ashley Beckstein. I love it. This is fresh off of Ashley's runway. This is a new item just for parks. Switching around.
It's on the slides. Oh, here it is. Okay. Should I just dive right in?
Go for it. You know more about it than any of us.
Well, thank you so much for the wonderful intro. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much. If you know anything about me, then you know that I am a massive, massive Disney fan. I joke and say that if they studied my DNA, I think Disney is probably in my DNA. And I grew up in Orlando, Florida, and my dad worked for Disney. He was a meat and seafood buyer for Disney Parks. And then I was a cast member the day I turned 16. And to be a designer now for Disney Parks is truly a dream come true. And Disney was actually the very first retailer that gave her universe a shot before any other retailer did. These guys up here on the stage and some other amazing people that work for Disney Parks gave me a shot when I had a couple of t-shirts, and I said that girls wanted to buy Star Wars t-shirts. And when everyone else at the time was laughing me out of the room and said, girls don't want to buy Star Wars, I said, yes, they do. Almost half of all Star Wars fans are women and girls, and we want stuff just like, the guys do. And so we started with a couple of t-shirts. Disney Parks gave us the shot, and I'm excited to share some new designs with you today because we're expanding from t-shirts now to fashion. So these are 4 items. You guys are literally the first to see these designs. They're not out yet. They're coming out in late summer, fall. But we have a new Tatooine dress, and then the AT-AT poodle skirt that you saw. I just got my sample in, so I had to wear it. The matching cardigan, and then a super cute Endor tank. So these will be new and exclusive to the parks. And so then these, you really, like all of this is brand new for the most part. So these are items that are coming this fall. So a new BB-8, cute little cold shoulder raglan, a BB-8 hoodie, and then also I'm kind of in love with the poodle skirts right now. And girls, I'm feeling you with Dapper Day. We need more Star Wars stuff to wear to Dapper Day. So had to give the BB-8 version of the skirt. So very excited to share that today. And then this new Rey jacket. So I love the vest that Rey is wearing at the end of the film, but then wanted to kind of merge it with her costume. So this is very much an inspired by piece, but this is coming this fall. This is a new Rey jacket that you will see at the parks and at the stores. And then, of course, just our classic May the Force Be With You raglan. So you'll see more, just her universe kind of evergreen and everyday designs, and then some more fashion designs. Okay, so this, you may recognize this style. This, if you follow us, you know that I'm obsessed with Ashley Taylor, the artist. And she's so fantastic. We call ourselves Ashley Squared. And we both love Disney together and geek out together. So Ashley's already done a couple pieces for us, but she did this new piece. Actually, she's known for her vanity series, and she does a lot of the vanities with the different princesses. And I called her up one day and I said, Ashley, we need a vanity for Princess Leia. This was actually before the passing of Carrie Fisher even, when I asked her to do this piece. And so it means so much to us for her universe. So actually was talking with Brad one day, and I was like, Brad, you know, Ashley's known for her art. We love the Wonderground Gallery. Can we, you know, actually launch designs in the Wonderground Gallery and have Ashley Taylor's art sold as prints, but then we'll also sell the fashion and the garments. So we're doing, we did it with our kind of Star Wars Mary Blair timeline designs. And now this is going to be our next event at the Wonderground Gallery. It's going to be around Mother's Day, so we're going to do it on the West Coast at the Wonderground Gallery, and then also in the Co-op location at Disney Springs on Mother's Day. So this shirt will be available as well as print, and you can come. We're going to do a signing, and you can get it on both the shirt or the print. But it's just such a beautiful piece that Ashley did, and we're excited to have a signing together. And then...
And I just want to add, I know this is a Star Wars celebration and we love our Star Wars, but I asked Ashley a couple days ago, this particular panel for me is always such a beautiful crossroads of Disney parks and Star Wars, and she's getting ready to do some awesome new things for the park, so I asked her to bring just a couple slides to give a sneak peek at some of the great things she has for parks. So these next couple pieces, you won't see a lot of Star Wars content, but I think you're going to love them.
Are you ready?
Wow.
So we are so excited. We've actually had a Haunted Mansion collection designed for a very long time. And we've been working with the amazing Parks team. I actually see several members here. I just want to thank the Parks team for how supportive they've been of her universe and allowing us to literally make our fangirl dreams come true. So we've designed the ballerina dress, and you'll be able to buy it as a dress and with the matching capelet. It's beautiful, and it's not a costume. I mean, this one's very closely inspired by her costume, but these are beautiful dresses, well-made fabrics that honestly you're going to want to wear to Dapper Day and also just kind of wear everyday occasions and live in. And they all have pockets.
Pocket's got the biggest pop.
And then this, okay, so I'll have to explain it. And this one was designed by Ashley Taylor as well. This is the ballroom scene. So I tasked Ashley Taylor to go ride Haunted Mansion over and over and over again. to kind of sketch and take as many photos as she could of the ballroom scene, because we wanted that beautiful kind of Haunted Mansion dress that was inspired by the ballroom scene. So we're very excited because, as you can see, this is very much just you know, an inspired by piece, but this is a pretty close replica of the ballroom scene, because I can tell you, I'll have to ask Ashley how many times she rode the ride. So, if you know me, you know I'm really obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. I am a massive fan. That would kind of be an understatement. I've turned my dining room and my home into Wonderland, my office into Wonderland. I secretly believe I'm Alice in Wonderland. So, of course, now is Cody here? The other Cody. I know this Cody's here. Okay. I was meeting with another gentleman who works on with the Parks team named Cody, and we were just gushing about Alice in Wonderland, and he had said, I really want you to make the teacup skirts one day. And of course, that was a dream of mine as well. And I said, Cody, I will make this happen. So we've been dreaming of these for a while. So we're going to have the teacups as skirts. And then the matching cardigan has the dormouse with teapots all over the cardigan. So we're super excited. I know that fans are making these skirts yourselves because they don't exist. And I'm excited to say that they will finally exist. So it's coming soon, coming this fall. I can't say an exact date yet, but we are making them, and I cannot wait to share them with you.
And a big thank you to Ashley. I think that was her.
Yes.
She continues to just blow our mind, blow my mind, and all of the fashion and the great design that you really bring to us. It's very special, and with your history with the parks, it always has a unique twist.
Well, thank you. And if I can also just thank all of you, the fans, because We showed up at Star Wars weekends with, like I said, a couple of t-shirts and against the odds. And I said, never tell me the odds. And we sold out the first weekend because of you. So the only reason I'm up here getting to design exciting new designs is because we kind of proved that girls want this stuff together. So thank you for your support, because I wouldn't be here without it. And thank you to the Parks team, because Olivia Ferrari helped us with it.
I just have a couple more slides to share. One of the questions we always get after the panel, the parks, we have a lot of destinations, we have a lot of locations. We always get asked, where can you find the Star Wars assortment? It's not all in one place. We have a very broad assortment. There truly is something for everyone. So I want to just highlight our Star Wars destination locations that really exist within the Walt Disney World Resort, the Disneyland Resort, and there are, of course, always highlights of our assortment on shopdisney.com and our Shop Disney Parks app. I know. I'm so excited about this film. I can't stand it. Due to the current restrictions on sharing images, we can't share anything specifically with you today, but I do want you to know, much like The Force Awakens, we have a very broad assortment of products for Star Wars The Last Jedi. It is fantastic. They are exciting. The parks has done some great exclusives, so we hope to again be your destination for the best that Star Wars has to offer, and of course always offer something unique for joining us at Disney Parks. And to follow that with another thing I can't talk about. I know many of you know we're deep into design of these fantastic lands at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, set to open in 2019. Really a bulk of our time now back at Disney Parks is spent designing really unique products that everyone is going to be so excited about when we get to open this land. It really takes Star Wars to a whole new level. I can't wait for you all to see it, and I hope to soon someday be able to talk to you about it, but I couldn't get through the panel with at least acknowledging that it is a big part of what the future holds for all of you and for all of us. For any of you that saw Quinn down in the booth today, he was beginning to hand out some of our buttons. These are Droid Factory buttons. These particular buttons all feature some of the droids that you're meeting down in the booth for the first time today. So these are our packaged Build-A-Droid Droid Factory buttons. And then for all of you that came today, because we announced the Build a Protocol program, this is actually some of the droids that you'll be able to build through the Disney Parks experiences that, again, we are launching tomorrow. So enjoy the button and enjoy building protocol droids. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we didn't take any Q&A, but if you have any questions for us, we'll certainly stick around for a couple minutes until they fully clear the room. Have a great celebration.